I've got a feeling a lot of people at home have already worked out the answer. Let's have a look at another one of Gretel's works, because you may well call yourself a showgirl, but clearly you're quite handy with the brush. What do we see here?
I'm serious. This painting's called The Invitation, and by invitation, it's the invitation to take the headlong leap into the unknown with faith, which is the Kenneth Clark definition of art. And in fact, the painting's set in my studio window at Palm Beach, so if the girl follows me out the window, unless there's that stairway to heaven you can't see the way it's been cropped off by the cameras, we will fall to our ruin. And
as the guys just prepare another of the pictures that you brought in this morning, I'd like to ask you why you've made the professional transition from having been a showgirl to full-time artist.
I was always an artwork. I was never anything other than a living artwork. Madame Lash was my creation, as this Gretel is the drag queen version of the Gretel I am most of my life. Madame Lash and the Immaculate Lash are, let's say, the black and the white, and this is the in-between, the rainbow or the yin-yang, I don't know.
Do you have fun? I mean, you obviously have fun with sex and sexuality.
I have fun, and I take my fun seriously.
Let's have a look at another picture that Gretel's brought in this morning. Now, this is a much gloomier picture. What do we see
here?
Let's
see the whole thing, because you can't quite see the mystic bride in the background. This is called Graham Jenkins Conducts, thank you, Meister Singers, Sydney, 1993, and I offered it to the Australian Opera to hang in the Opera House, because I think the Opera House should be warmed up with pictures of Australian performances and performers. And here you see the conductor cueing the orchestra and the stage action with, in the last scene of Meister Singers, Ava, the mystic bride in the corner. She's standing for me because I had a fling with the conductor. And well, there it is.
Gretel, always, as you say, always the showgirl. Folks, I'll leave it to your own art judgment to decide whether Gretel deserves to have been as rejected as she has been. Are you going to give up, or are you going to keep trying?
I'm not taking rejection lying down. That's why I'm having my own exhibition, The Big Picture. And while I have my exhibition and exhibit Poppy wearing the 7 deadly sins at the Kirk, I will be beginning perhaps my life's major work, The Last Judgment according to Lash, which will be heaven, hell, and in between, the 500 of my nearest and dearest ranged heaven, hell, and in between on the back wall of the Kirk, my church in Cleveland Street. It's 50 feet high, 40 feet wide, and I think that, well, when you see that, it'll be a bit like seeing the Sistine.
Gretel, thank you very much for coming in this morning. Always the showgirl. We've gone over time. Good luck with your exhibition, and I hope one day the judges of the Archibald might change their mind about you.
Thank you very much, John.
Take good care of yourself. Stay right there as we take a little break. Don't run away just yet. We'll be back with more of the show after this.
Tonight's celebrity gardener is Gretel Pinniger, better known to most people as Madame Lash. She rose to fame during the 1970s with behaviour that most people would have then considered quite outrageous. These days, although the behaviour has not really changed, she is somewhat more respectable. So much so that she's decided to stand for election to the Australian Senate. So we thought that perhaps you'd like to know what she stands for.
Anything can happen at Florida House.
Now whip it. Oh, this is very nice. So it's all sort of, somewhere between Italian and Spanish. It's very nice.
Yes,
with
it's
Art
like
Deco.
a little mini Palace of Versailles.
And the pencil pines in the corner.
Yes, with those.
Oh, I love your terracotta urns. They're wonderful. What's this medieval torture device?
It's an aid to higher consciousness, and you can have a 4-minute workout, and it's like 40 minutes
really?
of normal exercise.
Correct that whip.
May I call you Lash?
Yes, Lash. Lash to you.
How long have you had this sort of a lifestyle?
Well, it's been developing. I've been creating the place for the 18 months that I've been in it, and now I'm leading the life. But I suppose I'll be on the road soon, and maybe 6 years in Canberra.
Wonderful. That's right, you're standing for election to the Senate.
I certainly am, and I will get in there and fight on the fronts for you all. Yeah. I say take the headlong leap into the unknown with faith and put someone who's a bit of a visionary, an artist, up there instead of all those bigots and... Well, there isn't a bright spark in the whole of the scene. There's no one to vote for except me. I'm certainly going to get rid of that Advance Australia fare. Have you ever heard anything more ridiculously forelock tucking? It certainly must...
So what would the new anthem be?
Waltzing Matilda.
Aha, Waltzing Matilda.
Oh, for sure.